flyer about it that's attached to the newsletter every month now. And that's what we came up with, and we made some adjustments to the maps that are in the other room. I think those maps should be hanging in this room, frankly, but whatever. And it doesn't matter, but it's that type of thing, and that all came from a goal from the master plan that the town board had chosen to accomplish for a year, although it took about 2 years to get the plan together.
Sorry, I'm trying to save a copy of the survey so I can send that to Sue, so we can pull it up on the big screen. But Sue, while I do that, what is on the screen right now?
Oh, so this is which we're getting a little preview of the updated website.
Oh,
The fonts aren't great with this, and we're still playing around with this, but we talked about new resident information, and that is a page on the website, with about lots of links, which can be changed, anything can be added. We can put the survey on here as well, a link to that, so just some thoughts is, we're trying to gain or get information to new residents. I'm probably gonna stick some more links over here that'll have the app sign up and different things like that. There is a page dedicated to new residents on that. Or on the website, I'm sorry. Are you emailing me that? Because my email is not working.
no, it's not. All right, then maybe I'll just put the computer at
Sorry,
the
like that.
edge of the table or something.
Thanks. I'm not real happy, and my OCD is not liking we'll get that all coordinated, so it looks great. I'm gonna build up time even looking at it.
Can you email
We're
it?
getting there.
The
Can you
buffer
pull
on
it
your
up
picture,
Yeah.
that will help a
You,
lot.
if you logged in or no?
I could, if I logged in to my Gmail.
Yeah, you want, yeah, you want. All yours. Ready to roll from them. It's not my friend today.
So I take it Jared couldn't get in.
Huh?
Jared couldn't get in.
No.
So when they were putting together the final, the comprehensive 2024 plan, didn't they do much of what we were talking about? Didn't they have meetings?
For which plan?
2024 comprehensive town plan.
There isn't one, right? There hasn't been a,
2020, I think is
it
the
was
last,
2020 was the last one they did.
right?
Well, I got one for updated plan for 2024.
2024.
Yeah.
2021.
Revised.
Oh, so it's just the old one that's been revised for this
You
year.
know more about this than I do. I just
Oh, I
started
don't know
reading
about
this.
that. Did you print that?
Yeah, I got them to print it. And then she said, you want to print for everybody? Well, this is
Oh,
a
no,
good
no,
opportunity.
oh.
And I said, I'm never gonna make that decision. I said, I'm glad you did, it was true, because how much these things
Does
cost.
it say 2024 on it?
Yes, ma'am.
It's revised.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
All right, so we have.
no, it wasn't revised in 2020.
Well, it says in the beginning,
A rough,
I can't tell what politicians say.
So this is the survey?
yes.
Okay.
Well, just a rough start of what I'm thinking for the survey. Again, we can customize it any way we want. We can of course add a little bit more information here, but of course, just go to the tagline. Explaining the survey. Like this is how it would appear. You pull it up on the phone or on a computer. You would start by, stating your name, your address, your email address, if you have one. And then just 3 basic questions so we can get a better sense of what the public would really like to see. Here we have a list of the topics that were included in the comprehensive plan, the goals that where people would like to see accomplished, so we can have them rank them in order of which ones people are most interested in seeing worked on. Then we have specifically what you would like to see from the panel, Just a list of things that we were talking about before, helping advertise for events and activities, advertisements for local businesses, ways to get involved in the community, organizations and groups to join,
And get
information.
rid of the advertisements for local businesses. It's just going to create a problem. I think done right now.
Yeah, let the chamber do that.
And then, how you would like to receive information from the panel. So you have letter mail, email, newsletter for the town, the My Town Canandaigua app, social media, and of course our in-person. So again, we can add.
Can you go back to the top?
The first question or?
Well, I just want to see, how are they gonna know that that they need to rank that? Somewhere there
Oh,
has to
yeah,
be some sort of directions.
So we can alter the way the question is formatted. We can change it from checkboxes to. We would just have to change it here.
Just have to, yeah,
Yeah, and just.
so
put
that, so
in.
they know that they're ranking.
Exactly, they would pick like, this is my top.
Yeah.
Whatever, or we could even go have it back as checkboxes and they would just pick, we could say.
Pick your top.
Yeah,
There you
okay,
go.
yeah.
That might be easier.
I think so.
Yeah,
And then, of course, they would be able to select anything that,
now those topics you had, like, I think one of them was like zoning and development or something like that. It went away when
Went
you
away.
chose the other thing. You may want to give just like a couple of word blurb as to what it is.
Mhm.
Cause that might help people, cause zoning may mean, nothing, or it may mean something different than what we're thinking.
Should accessibility be its own? Feel like that can apply to almost every one of those, but should it be its own topic? Like accessibility, or is there another term?
Oh, believe me, it's brought up all the time.
But I'm wondering if they could actually choose it if we would.
that we could have that.
But you could have another.
Oh, yeah, that, of
Yeah.
course, would have it other, you can write it in,
Yes, yeah.
it wouldn't hurt to have. Accessibility as one of the issues. I just took from the list of the
Yeah.
comprehensive plan,
Well, you can always do another survey, you have different items, and some of the same ones, you could put whatever winds up being your top three here along with other stuff. You can kind of change up some of that, so I would hopefully see more than one survey, so you get different people or different answers.
Can you go back to the choices for their top?
unfortunately, they got.
Did we lose it?
Yeah, they got removed when I changed. the
Oh,
format
I'm
of the
so
question.
sorry.
No, it's all right. No, I have.
Can you undo it at the top, the little back arrow? See where it said send? See where there's the little,
Yeah.
Undo, right?
I thought it was worth a shot.
Google likes to autosave, so.
Yeah.
That's all right, we have them all written down, so we can just add them again. But I guess like an overarching thing is format is just a slow, accessible, easy enough for. people
Easy,
to
yeah.
use.
Yeah.
Very, very.
Nice and clean.
So here's a question, do you need the name and address and email?
I was gonna ask if people would maybe not. It's like their address, I don't.
We don't necessarily need it. I just thought it's always good to, have identifications of who it is.
We could just make it optional.
I was just gonna say, you could put optional on there, cause I know a lot of people might be uncomfortable about
Yeah.
that.
Because it could be an anonymous survey, we could just have just the questions.
I think you still leave the option,
I
but don't
like,
make it required.
yeah, I would just put next to it optional.
Yeah, if you take, it's just got that red star, it means it's required, and it's just a.
Say it again.
You're making a graphic says. Or in other words, we don't know whether a 5-year-old or 95-year-old is still not.
That's a good point.
I know it's a tough balance.
I know
Yeah, I
in
mean, we should
conversation
put an
last
age.
meeting, here, we kind of went over the previous demographic section of the comprehensive plan. We thought that maybe it wouldn't be very productive for us to kind of reinvent the wheel and try to figure out
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I
even
asked the other
more
question.
about the population.
But I don't remember what your original ones are, but there are some that definitely are, I know you had infrastructure on there, you had transportation on there.
Public safety, economic development.
Natural resources, I think, is one.
You need to have affordable housing in this day and age, because that's an issue.
Was that on there? I didn't see that
I
on.
don't say was.
Can we add that?
Oh, yeah.
No, we don't.
It's extremely
We don't.
easy to add in.
It needs to have, we need to have that.
We need to have that. She's right.
That's right.
It's actually add them all.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we have voted if I knew,
Yeah.
plus.
Infrastructure.
I do like having all the comp plan ones in there,
Yeah.
because
And
that's supposedly what drives all the actions in the town.
Exactly, so that way we can
Yeah,
know exactly what areas of focus people want to see the most immediate action.
And you can put parks in there,
Well, out of the plan, there was the 10 items were agriculture, natural resources. I don't know my distance, so I can't see that. Cultural and historic resources. Parks and Rec, economic development, tourism, residential development. Is that what we're saying affordable housing is gonna be?
Those are pretty much key issues that were included in the master plan.
Town operations. Is that one we need?
lake access.
No, not with that.
That's a
big one,
it's a hot, it's a hot topic.
Yeah, that they get natural resource,
Why can't we put that in?
It's there. You
Right
just
there,
added it.
yeah,
I think that is important.
I do too.
it's important that I say, well, saving the safety of the water, maintaining water,
Lake health,
lake health.
Water
that's what-
quality.
And lake health. Leave the access out of it, because that just gets everybody mad. Of course, if you want people to show up at meetings, put lake access on it.
I know. It is a.
But is it a real it's a real concern? So should
It is a
be there?
concern.
It was
I
one
can't-
of their things they heard in one of their surveys. That people wanted more lake access.
So maybe you should put it just to, acknowledge.
You almost have fist fights
Oh, no, I understand,
at the meeting.
I understand.
Was there anything else on your list of 10 that they don't have? Up there? I think there was.
I can read them. I have to flip between two glasses, so I can't see. Agriculture. Natural resources, which I think he has,
Yeah.
cultural and historic resources. Parks and Rec,
Okay.
economic development, tourism. Residential development. One was protect the hamlets, i.e. Cheshire.
Yeah,
Transportation, infrastructure, which I think he has.
I think what you have there is a good start, and certainly you're going to have another.
Yeah.
Can we add, just for clarity for people under infrastructure, can we add? I know a lot of people know water sewer, but it also has internet. So can we add that in there?
Yeah,
I think you probably ought to spell it out.
Water,
Because not
sewer,
everybody knows that that's what.
Right, so
So
maybe
what-
add
Internet,
next to
yeah,
it in
wires,
parentheses, put
yeah,
water,
wires,
sewer,
internet.
internet.
Even EG.
That would also be our transfer station.
Electric,
Oh, okay.
gas and electric, you got gas and electric too.
And then another one here is town operations.
Yeah, there you go.
Gets you the idea of it.
Did you consider like roadways as transportation?
No, their infrastructure,
Yeah.
roads.
The transfer station, which people would think about as being separate. And probably what you got listed there.
You're saying the transfer station goes under infrastructure.
That's what. Was that, when you said
I would do that for the
operations?
rest of them too.
Yeah.
But just brief explanation of what each of them are. First, like the zoning and land use, that we put there.
You have just accessibility up there.
Yeah, so maybe it falls
So-
within.
Thank you.
I figured you'd get it later.
Where's the survey? How's this going out? Or that's to be determined?
This is right now, it's in Google Forms, we talked about before using, the mail chip.
Okay.
That Town uses.
Yep.
Kind of using their email list that you
Yeah.
guys already have, so we don't have to necessarily make our own. Another kind of reason of having a place for someone to put their email is if they aren't on that email list, and they just have
Yeah.
to find
Right, I think that's a good idea.
the mailing,
Yeah.
we can kind of create our own and share it with the town and help get information out to even more people.
That said, you could have a quick little checkbox, do you want to be added to our mailing list? Because MailChimp is a
That's a good idea.
opt-in, and so you need permission.
Okay.
So if you have permission from somebody with their email, then you can just, yeah.
Okay. So I'm almost thinking maybe it would be better if we have it anonymous, so it's no name, no address, but at the end, it could be. Question, do you want to sign up, or do you want to join our email list, or?
yeah,
So that way we
Like
get
that.
the email, which I
Yeah.
think is probably more important
Yeah.
than the name and address.
correct.
I will say, the newsletter does get a lot of eyes, a lot of people reading. I share it on Facebook, to all the town pages, plus 2 community pages. So there's a Cheshire one and, Canandaigua Chronicles. Which has a lot of readers. It's not my favorite group, but no, other people like it, so.
It's also a big department.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I've got relatives that live in Clifton Springs that are on it, and so. So I think they're in like, I wanna say they've got like 50 or 60,000 subscribers to that, and that's more than we have in our town. Do you want a cap or do you want the town of Canandaigua?
But we have all these words.
Yeah,
Is this going out by itself, or is there gonna be an intro paragraph?
Yeah, we have the ability to add additional information here. Right now, I just kind of have a little tagline we talked about earlier. This is a placeholder. But we can put as much information as we want
I just,
in there to explain what this is, and it's not
well,
just.
explain what CAP is too.
Do you
Yeah,
wanna
exactly.
talk to Jared about the name change before we do it? That way you don't have two different names going out.
Yeah.
If we decide, you know,
Yeah,
because if he says, yeah, that's a great idea, then we could change it real quick and then it's not two different names that have been pushed out.
Where you have, you want to be added to the email list, it might be. Might be good to put after the email list, received, town communications and emergency, emails regarding roads, weather, et cetera. Because especially lately, when they've been doing, painting the roads in the middle of the night. It's good to know that these people out there. For you now, not this road, just
I would just say updates and
on,
newsletter, keep it more nebulous as to.
yeah, town updates. That's what all I would say. Town updates, we see town again, they love things. That's,
And then they can just enter their email.
And we'll leave it optional so that you don't have to put anything there. They don't.
You can just ask for their email there. I think there's a different answer for email, right? Maybe not.
That's a short answer, very much just.
You might need to tell them they have. to
You might
get
need to
email.
put, yeah,
Otherwise, you're just
Email.
gonna put yes and.
yeah, just put email.
And, yeah.
so this is gonna go on just the. I thought we were making this list for ourselves, I'm not, you know, for the committee. But that's saying we want the town up, you want. Town updates, that's the usual thing you put out. That the town puts out. You get on your. Email listing so that you get, that there's this meeting, that meeting, et cetera, et cetera. I don't see that as unique to us.
Well, no, but we'd also be able to use the email, so if other people sign up, we'd have that access to their emails. Where we might not now because they're not signed up.
In fact,
It
I
would go
would,
out for the town
Yeah.
updates, our stuff would go with that to these new people.
I would love to have a article for the newsletter from CAP each month, or a little blurb, whatever.
I think definitely because we're gonna try to have our next meeting be the one where we pick a different location. I think that would be a good time for, like I said, this month of September to really hone in on getting stuff up on the website, on app. An article in the newsletter, so that way more and more people are exposed to it, they know about us, they know to come out to the first.
And Sue does social media, so I think it would be great to have something in there as well.
Where are some options for having meetings in different places? What are some places that would be options?
I know last meeting we
We
talked
talked about
about
that
the
once.
fire station, fire hall would be a good place, you mentioned the airport.
Outhouse Park, there's some, there.
While it's in the city, Wood Library has space.
Yeah, but, I would. I wouldn't have a meeting in the city, because people have a hard time. Deciphering city versus town. And there's city business and town business. And honestly, you don't wanna get into city business.
That's right across from Ocean Junction, though, right, Outhouse?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Outhouse is right across from Ocean Junction.
Yeah.
Combine two things,
Mhm.
bring your kids,
Yeah.
stop over, fill out a survey, we'll have donuts.
That's
Does
true.
that
There you go.
house-
That's
There you
true.
go.
There's playground.
There's a
there's-
playground,
That
you know.
side road
What's,
off of
but you
Buffalo.
have, I mean, I know where it is, it's
Oh,
across the street
okay.
from me.
Yeah.
We're talking, where's the space?
They have a.
They have a building.
There's a building.
There's a room in it.
How many people can fit in it?
Oh, tons.
What?
Pretty good size.
Crowd
They've
house?
had, yeah, they've
Oh, yeah,
had
it's
retirement
pretty
parties.
pretty good
size
building.
Parties.
On the parks page.
I don't think he's still some, I think Xed out.
Believe me, we're not ever gonna get 50 people at a meeting,
Oh, there we are.
You never
You're gonna
know.
have that.
You never know.
so.
So any other insights or additions, deletions, alterations? Again, we're gonna, kind of like right here, we're gonna add some additional context to each one of these, so it's not just, one overreaching concept, people can kind of get a better sense of what it is that.
Public safety, you might wanna define a little more, I'm not sure, but,
It's
I
like
think
the
we should be
building.
able to figure out.
Oh.
So the next time we get together, we're gonna be at our house.
We haven't picked the place.
I don't think we've established where yet. I think honestly, our best bet might be the fire hall. Just
I
because.
mean, I don't really care, I'm just trying to establish what we're doing.
Yeah.
Will we know
Because-
that in advance?
Do we have a name for what us, we talked when we began, we were looking for a short description. Of what we did, something that would break down the different, we call it mission statement.
Mhm.
So we have whatever you said
There.
would sound good.
So the next CAP meeting, whatever we're calling ourselves, would be on the first. So
Right.
maybe you should have the meeting here and then have your community meeting on the 8th so that everybody's ducks are in a row, but you know what I mean? I mean, that's just a thought. October is a 5 Tuesday month, so at least there's an extra Tuesday in there,
Hmm.
but just. If you guys all meet on the first, you can kind of put your heads together about what we're doing for your community meeting.
Okay.
I mean, that's just a thought, because then at least you haven't lost.
Yeah, no,
Even if it's a quick one on the month or on the first,
Yeah.
just to say, okay, this is what our meeting is, here's what we're, what the plan is and.
When do we have to be concerned about this building being closed down?
Yep,
Thanks for all that information.
TBD.
so what we.
When I'm not here, you'll know.
We're moving out of development in October.
I thought it
So,
was October, yeah.
I think the code guys might be gone even before then.
Where are they going to have town board meetings?
Still here. This room will be still available.
Oh, and it's 'cause
I'm a
they-
wealth of information today.
because it's support.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And when we get at this meeting, we're just gonna have like this meeting? When we get to wherever we're gonna go,
Well,
you're gonna sit down and go through the routines, and so that was a generic type of plan for our meeting today. That's the way we're gonna do it?
I don't-
In other words, we're not gonna have a long,
I was.
discussion or description of anything. We're just gonna meet and say hi. And then,
If we can get enough time out to get it advertised and attract enough people, we could kind of do it similar to, how town board does it, they have a public comment, people come up, they can express their views directly to us. It would be basically a streamlined version of our normal meeting. But it's more so geared for hearing from them. Again, introducing ourselves to the community, what we're trying to do for them, answering questions that they might have.
Remember, you're gonna need you're gonna need Jared here.
Mhm.
Because some of the questions will be at his level.
And it won't be Zoom, because we won't have that.
We'll have a capability of putting out the.
It will only be in person.
Mhm.
One thing, the newsletter's already gone out for the month. And the next one will go out. I have to look it up, but I don't think you're going to have time to advertise your meeting.
Okay.
And that, if it's on the first.
The first would be
If
the
you
R.
did, like I suggested, if you do your pre-meeting, which would be the first two, we always, this group meets the first Tuesday of the month, which is actually October 1st. So if you did that and had your meeting and kind of worked out all the kinks of what your meeting with the public would look like, that meeting would be the following Tuesday.
That would actually work,
I-
because
I
it would
won't
be
be able
fresh
to-
in
Yeah.
people's
Yeah.
minds, yeah.
Cause if you're just,
Yeah,
I think then you can kind of figure out.
you give them too much time, they forget.
Because the planning board is that night, so I won't be able to make that one.
Can I make a suggestion though, just to think about until we get to that first meeting? Think about a different form beside us and them. We have a meeting, the way we're talking about it, you're talking about the board, it's us, them, whoever comes. Maybe you want to go into small groups, but dealing with specific issues. Or maybe, I don't know, I'm just bringing it up to think about it, we've got a month. Maybe there's another form that you can use. I mean, us and them, it says right away that we're not really the people representing anybody.
So make it kind of more like a round table.
I have to
Discussion
make a
rather
study. I was using small group, but then that gets us away from, it even gets us away from something like an agenda. So that can be really screwy. I mean, these forms grew up for a reason.
Yeah.
Came slow to
Because,
pontificate.
yeah, technically all of our meetings, right, like this meeting right now is open to the public.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, it's hard for people to
Yeah,
wanna come here
yeah,
rather than if we advertise it as like a. Like something, like I said, something kind of like more like a round table, it's a just discussion.
Discussion, I
panel,
like that.
yeah,
rather than
Comfortable.
come to our meeting,
yeah.
we're just gonna talk and you're gonna
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely think that's a good thing.
I think it will be colored by where you have it.
Mhm.
So if you have it in the Cheshire Fire Hall, you're gonna get Cheshire items. As opposed
And well,
to,
that's the idea, really,
Yeah.
to have it around
yeah,
the town so that it's accessible to.
I was just saying,
individuals in here.
so people are aware that that's what you're gonna get.
But having it here, you can actually pull these tables apart and
Yeah.
just and have like, 4 chairs at each table or 6 chairs at each table and but I wouldn't really expect a crowd.
Exactly. So that's why hopefully.
Like a round table.
Kind of, yes, meeting people where they are, having the events
Yeah.
closer to them, I
Mhm.
think would hopefully attract more people. And like I said, if we advertise it early enough, we might not be able to, like you said, with newsletter. So, again, with winter coming, I don't know if it'd be worth it to try to do our first,
In November.
community meeting in December or something like that.
Is October fire prevention month? I think it is, right?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Maybe we could partner with them, another poll, like
Oh.
if you come, you get a free smoke detector. That kind of
Oh,
thing.
okay.
There's gotta be a ticket
Yeah.
for people to come.
And
Are they gonna install it too?
The two of you
So
will
why
come,
don't
whoever
we,
it
if
is.
you did something like that, that would also draw people.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, they're,
That's a good
they're with us, the
Yeah.
Cheshire Fire Department, so they're part,
So you're saying couple with maybe an event that they have?
yeah.
That's good.
I
Good
think
idea.
it might bring, and if the kids could climb on the fire,
People in Cheshire have nothing to do anyway.
Right, there you go, I mean, I can certainly get a hold of the fire chief to see if they can, as part of fire prevention.
What if we have a plan on how sometimes people come and they look at us to say something, but if we have a plan on, if it's quiet, just to get things going.
We could probably bring a couple iPads too and have people do the survey.
Yeah,
down
exactly,
there, you
there it
know, so,
is.
so there's some interactive stuff, you know, get your smoke detector, fill out our survey.
Yeah.
I'll have some of the app things that they can download for our
Mhm.
MyTOC app. I mean, so they can get information. I mean, any information that we can give them from the town as well. I
Okay,
don't know what
some
that would
of the
be, transfer
things-
station.
some of the things that really interested people. And
Yeah.
I'll bring up the Cheshire Fire Hall because this was amazing. We had a history update. There was they had a grant to do some history stuff, but they did an update there. The room was filled. It was filled. That probably had 75 people there. The eye-catching thing, and then they had like a town meeting after it. They had all the maps on the walls around. And let me tell you, those maps created discussions, and that's what you want. You want people to embed themselves in some of the things that the town is doing. So, you know, there's an open space map, there's a scenic view map, there's an ag map, there's all these maps. Go down there to the room and take a look at the map. You probably.
Maybe when the renovations are on, that'd be great to have a meeting here
Mhm.
with the maps, but this place is gonna be. a
Put them
hot
in
mess.
here and when you have that meeting, because that attracts people's attention, I guarantee it. Guarantee they'll be attracted by the maps. I'm still attracted by the maps.
Can you send this to us?
Yes,
Okay, you have all our emails, right?
yes,
Okay.
I can forward that out.
That's a good idea.
Again, this isn't locked.
In our own way, actually, Sue, every one of those could be filled out by, it could be a paragraph. Every one of our questions could be a paragraph. What I'm thinking of is that, not to change that at all, but these are things people don't know. When we say, what are we gonna say? Yeah, I want to talk accessibility.
You're right.
Yeah, the public safety, okay, maybe. We have any statistics? You know, to give them information, they gotta have something to talk about, whether they go to our meeting or not. But maybe that's something separate beside the questionnaire, is informing them of what we do, or put it another way. How has the town met the goals so far that it has set in 41 or whatever it was, 21? You know, that'd be some, you know, I realize newsletter, things like that is an instrument for that. But these are things I think that people don't know, that's all.
No, of course, and two things for that. One, I think a easy way to kind of define it in more simple terms is kind of what we have right here. It's like
Yes.
for infrastructure, you know,
Yeah,
utilities, sewer, roads, internet, transfer station. And we
Right.
do that for all of them. So
Right, good point,
accessibility,
that's-
be like, you know, parking spaces,
Yeah,
like handicap
great.
parking spaces,
Yeah.
ramps, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Great,
And to your second point, I think that would be, you know, kind of sharing information would be better served after we have the results of this survey. Because what they can do is they'll be able to tell us, okay, what are your top 3 things that you wanna see worked on? If they pick transportation, for example, we could share with them the information you have on your Office of the Aging sheet, where it says, you know, we provide, Town of Canandaigua has opportunities for, you know, senior assistance for transportation. We could then put together a fact sheet or just information about those specific issues. And get that information out. This lets us know what those areas are that we should focus on. Getting that answers to them, essentially.
yeah, and that makes sense to me. At the same time, this is a questionnaire without them knowing the definition of the terms that they're
Well, he's gonna
defining.
define them.
We're
He's
gonna-
gonna-
we're going
he's gonna
define
add
them
to
in more
those. He's
simple
gonna
terms
add.
by, you know, putting a dash and.
Or
A
both,
brief
yeah.
statement about what it is.
Dan, what I'll do tomorrow is make sure that, first of all, Cheshire is available on the 8th. If that's the date that you want, and kind of go from there. Because if they're not, then the whole the plan. I don't know what night they do fire practice, so, you know, let me find all that out.
One last thing, How's your or somebody was gonna put together a gift package for anybody who's moving into town? How's that coming along?
That's our next agenda.
That
Item.
is our kind of, our
That's our next.
goal of the committee, like our first kind of pilot project
Mhm.
is
First
to kind of
one,
have
yes.
by the end of the year, so we swarmed in July.
Yeah.
July, so hopefully by like July 2025, we could have
Oh,
something like an actual deliverable
Mhm.
to show people when they move in. Here's like a pamphlet of all these different organizations, here's all these parks, all that. We would work on it as a committee over the course of the year
okay.
to have that done by year end, essentially.
Yeah, I think you want to keep this survey, it's
Agreed.
fairly brief,
Yes.
because I know
Oh, yeah.
like me. If they ask me to do a survey and it's 5 pages long, I'm explaining what
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
on.
I'm the same.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it short, keep it
Limited
simple.
survey.
Yes.
Exactly.
Good job on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I also think you're gonna get a lot of information when we have these other meetings too, so that you can kind of add to what you get from the survey and have some anecdotal information for
Sure.
like focus
You know,
group
you
kind of information and
You'll
be
take
able
the
to-
top 3 or 5.
yeah, and you
and
can kind of
expand
flesh it
on
all
them.
out, yeah. So I
You
think
know,
that'd be, and then you can even say at the meeting that, you know,
Sign
once we
up.
gather all this information, you know, we're gonna be getting back to you and giving you and providing you guys with more input too, so.
So I would say we are unfortunately being over, so we said we'll meet on our normal meeting time, which is first Tuesday, so October 1st.
And then I can, yeah, what I can do is by the end of this, I'll make it, my goal by this Friday is to know if the 8th is available, if that plan is gonna work, because if not. Back to the drawing board, or it might be our house, I mean.
Yeah.
And certainly we can still ask for the smoke detector, so. I will certainly get those smoke detectors out of the agenda, but you know, it's always nice to have something, people love freezing.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know, and if we can incorporate the fact that, hey, we're concerned about public safety, and we've got these things, and while you're here, fill out the certain, you know, so we'll figure it out.
And if worst comes to worst, like you said, we could do something out still. has,
Yeah,
like,
so I would say we're gonna do the
right?
8th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As the meeting, but I'll know by Friday if the Cheshire is gonna work.
We could even, you know, if public safety is an issue and we're at the Chester Fire Hall. Have the Chester Fire Chief give a brief.
Right, yeah.
that, you know, this is what we do and that's how that's.
That's their big month, so give a speech.
All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I motion.
I second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
I'll get meeting minutes to everybody.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
just wanted to look at the website.
Very much so.
Ah, that looks good.
Maybe then I would get bothered.
Mine's in the car being charged.
Hope Jared feels better.
Oh, yeah.
I won't be here in October, just I think I told